Hi there guys, and welcome to another Reading for the First Time vlog. This time I'm going to be doing a new series, which is very exciting for me. It's a series I've obviously never read before, hence reading it for the first time. Last time, you may have known, I did my Shadowhunter ones, which spanned 20 books. This one will not be as long, because the books I am reading are a trilogy. And I'm starting out my journey with The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now, this was one of my friends, Brooks, obviously it's Brooks. This was one of Brooks' favourite books, and she really wanted me to read it, and I'm really excited to read it for her. I don't know what it's about. It's a bit, it's fantasy, but according to Brooke, it's fantasy I will be okay with, because I'm not the biggest fantasy reader. I'm getting into it more, but I still prefer when it's set in like a real life setting. Urban fantasy. I like urban fantasy more than fantasy. So I don't know anything about this book. I know it's about a girl called Jude and a guy called Carden. Carden's a prince. I'm assuming he is the cruel prince. And that's pretty much all I know. So let's find out what this book is about. Of course I want to be like them. They're beautiful as blades forged in some divine fire, and Carden is even more beautiful than the rest. I hate him so much that sometimes when I look at him, I can hardly breathe. One terrible morning, Jude and her sisters see their parents murdered. The fearsome assassin abducts all three girls to the fairy court, where Jude soon realises that to survive, she needs to be as cunning and deceitful as the Fae themselves. But the stairway to power is fraught with shadows and betrayal, and looming over all is the arrogant and charismatic Prince Carden. Ooh, so this sounds exciting. I don't really know what to think about it. Oh, there's a map. I'm not going to pay attention to that map. Not going to lie to you. I'm excited. And I'm ready to start. So, disclaimer, if you have not seen my Shadowhunter vlogs, this will be new. It's going to be nice giving a disclaimer for people that actually won't know. I do these vlogs, reading for the first time, fully spoiler-filled, because it's my first time. I want to give my first time reactions to these books, including all of the spoilers, including any theories, including any immediate reactions to sad moments, happy moments, etc. So this book and any preceding books in the series, should I wish to continue, will be full of spoilers. So if you have not read the book, do not carry on with this video. Disclaimer out the way, no one can officially yell at me anymore. I will keep you updated as I begin my journey with the Cruel Prince. I am already so confused as to how to feel about this. For starters, that was one hell of an opening. Like, I know it said in the blurb that the parents were murdered, but I didn't expect it to be in the bloody prologue so soon. I was very unprepared. I mean, I'm getting the story. I know that Vivian is the daughter of the mom and this mysterious guy, and the other two are just forced to go along for the ride. So I get that. But that happened quickly, and I was very unprepared. Also, what I will say is that was like 3 pages. I feel as though that was done a little bit quickly. I feel as though we didn't really get much emotion or grief for it. Maybe it's going to come more, but it was pretty much just he came in, stabbed dad, threw a knife at mom, all of a sudden they were dead, and packed up, left. Like, there was no deep emotional investment in that. So I don't really know where I stand on that, but that was a terrifying opening, I will admit. I've got to say, I know that he murdered their parents, but actually quite, how nice of Maddox to actually take the girls under his wing and make them his children. He literally didn't need to do that. He just did it out of respect for his now dead wife. All he wanted was Vivi. So the fact that he took in the other two is actually quite funny. And the fact that he treats them as children. In a way, I actually like him. And his wife. What's his wife called? Oriana. She seems like the obvious stepmom that doesn't really like them, but she'll put up with them for the sake of the marriage. I like them both, which is really weird. I really expected to hate them, especially considering he murdered the parents. But I like him. I mean, I'm not complaining. He seems like a very stand-up guy for taking care of children that are not his. After he killed the mum and dad. So we've just had our first introduction to Carden. I don't really have any opinions on him yet. I've heard that he's not a nice person. But I'll see, won't I? Don't know who Valerian is, but he's a dick, isn't he? I've just got to the bit where Carden punches a young boy. Hang on, let me find it. The prince's bald fist strikes the boy hard across the jaw, sending him sprawling. As the boy falls, Carden grabs one of his wings. It tears like paper. I knew he was a douche, but I didn't think he'd be like that. Jesus. What's a hob? Judah's got some badass bitch fighting talk. I like it. So there's a part of me that just keeps thinking that Vivi's being an absolute bitch, essentially. Like, she just seems to be so stroppy and whingy and horrible. But then the other part of me is just like, well, to be fair, she watched her mother and father get murdered, and she was kidnapped by this man that is now her father, because he is technically, biologically, not technically. Like, I understand why she's being that way, especially when you do that, you see that your sisters have adjusted to life there and almost forget that their parents was murdered by this man, and they suddenly all respect him and care for him. I understand really, really much why Vivi's having a hard time of it and why she's so angry all the time. So I don't really know where I stand, whether I find her to be very unlikable or whether I find her to be a good, well-rounded character who has a very tragic backstory, because she was the oldest sister, so it'd affect her more than it would the other girls. So I don't really know.
So we've reached the bit where Carden and his gang have basically just thrown Jude and Taryn into the river, and they're basically trying to drown them. What the hell is wrong with these people? Like, I know they don't like mortals, but it's just really excessive. I don't like it.
Taryn actually leaving Jude in the river to drown, to save herself, hurts me. Like, they're meant to be twins, they're meant to have this amazing bond. Like, I know Jude said go, but still you don't go, and she did. I don't like Taryn now. I find it very interesting that they can go back to the human world, like they're just at the mall at the minute. I find that very interesting. Why don't they just stay? I mean, they've got nowhere to go, to be fair, so it makes complete sense. I do genuinely feel for Vivi right now, because obviously she saw her mum murdered and her adoptive father murdered. She was oldest, so she knew a lot more than the other two had. And she was forced into this life. The other two have adapted, she never did. And all she wants is to live a normal life, and she sacrificed that, not because she can't leave, because it's proven that she can. She sacrificed it for her sisters because she loves them and she doesn't want to leave them. And I really feel for her, because the fact that she has sacrificed everything because those girls will not leave Fairy, it hurts me. I really like Vivi. I love her. I love the girl Heather that she's with. I think she's adorable. I mean, we've literally just had one meeting, but clearly Vivi's really happy, and I'm really sad that she's not getting to live the happy lifestyle. I really like that they're discussing like periods and sanitary products in this book, because it's just something that never gets mentioned in fantasies, and the fact that these are human girls, you know, they're living in Fairy, but they are humans. It's good that that was brought up, because you just forgotten about a lot of the time. So I find it really interesting that that's brought up. Well done, Holly Black. Well done. Jude defying Carden when he told her to beg. Strong moment. I absolutely loved it. And then even better, it continued, and there was a little bit of a thing with Locke, and I'm like, oh.
Is that a thing? Because that's not what I expected to happen. I actually have no idea what the plot of this book is, by the way. Not a flaming clue. I realised before, I was like, where are we heading? What's going on? I have no idea. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that she's swore herself into Dane's service? I do not know.
So she's just had her first assignment from the Court of Shadows, so from Prince Dane. She has to go to Hollow Hall, which is the home of Prince Belkin, something like that. And it says, find us a secret the king won't like. Find treason. So I have a feeling this is where it's going to get serious. So she's currently at Belkin's place. It's quite nerve-wracking, the fact that she's undercover. I literally sat here like, oh, is she going to get caught? Is she going to get caught? Like every few seconds there's a new drama that makes me think, oh, this is it. It's over. And I like that. I honestly think I'm in love with Locke. Isn't he precious? Who is Taryn's mystery man? There's a lot of intrigue there. I've just, all the way through, I haven't liked Taryn. I just think she's been very whiny and very rude. But I'm like, who is this? Who is she dating? I'm intrigued. Okay. I can't remember what chapter it was now. That's annoying. I think it was chapter 14. I've just been listening to that on audiobook, and I can't tell you how funny it was to hear the audiobook narrator go, Jude, 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 Jude. It was hilarious. I died. It was great. Very you know strange. What? I am 100% Team Vivi in this. I feel as though everyone, including Jude, just treats her emotions horribly. Like, please remember, her mother and stepfather were murdered, and then she was forced into the home of her biological father that she hates because he murdered their mother and stepfather. And all she wants is to live a normal life, and she's met someone normal, but she's giving up everything for her sisters. Like, I've made this point before. And Jude just doesn't care. She takes that for granted, and it makes me so angry. So I'm really I'm Team Vivi. I want Vivi as my main character. Screw Jude. Valerian is the absolute worst, and I am so glad that she just stabbed him. That is the best. Carden's saying that Locke and Jude are perfect for each other. So what's up with Locke? Because Carden wouldn't say something like that. Something's wrong with Locke for him to have said that. I like them. I like Locke. I think they're all cute. I'm really stressed about this. I just feel like I need to point out, everyone talks about Jude and Carden, so I know that, like, Locke isn't a thing, but I'm really sad about it. I want to know why. Is Locke going to die? Is he going to be evil? You know, that's my main point of interest right now. That is what I'm looking forward to finding out. That whole revelation about the mushrooms was really unexpected. I actually really liked it. Okay, so I've just hit halfway through the book. So, thoughts so far. The story is actually quite intriguing. I am enjoying it. I'm not liking the characters, but I think that's the point. They're meant to be unlikable. I have to admit, I am struggling with the writing. Like, it's not easy to read for me. So I am struggling with that. I've had to get the audiobook up to try and give me that nudge through it. Plus, I actually have no idea what the plot of this story is. Like, literally no idea what is meant to be happening with the plot. But I'm not disliking my time. When I get into it now, like, the plot seems to have progressed a bit further, or the story's just gone further in. So it seems to have, like, picked up a bit of pace. I'm still finding it difficult to read, but I'm not complaining. I'm actually enjoying my time with it. It's I've got a few negatives. I'm going to be honest. You know, the writing style's not really great. I prefer likable characters as opposed to unlikable ones, but I knew that going in, so I was prepared for that. And I'm very unsure of what the plot is. But it's not a negative experience. So I'm not really sure where I'm at. I'm very much in the middle at the moment. Could go either way. Second half is really going to be a big decider for me. I am glad I am reading this series though, because it is about time I got to it. I've been asked to get to it a few times. I've had the book series now since Christmas. Well, later. But it's about time I got to it. So I am glad I'm there.
So I've just got to the chapter with Jude and Dane and Oriana in Maddox's study. Whilst it's very clear that Oriana does not like Jude, she does care for her in some sort of way. That much is clear. And I really respect her. I really like her. I think she is really lovely. I know I'm probably not meant to like her, but I do.
So, Oriana's just said that she used to be the consort to the King of Elfhame, who I'm assuming is Carden's dad. So, the book about Carden, called How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories, has just basically told me that Carden becomes king. Holly Black's just ruined her own book for me. I'm hoping he just becomes king at the end of this book, because then at least the spoiler's out of the way. I mean, that's possible, because the next book called The Wicked King, in it, so he could be the Wicked King. But damn it, Holly Black, why you go do that? Little did Dane know that my real skill is pissing people off. Oh no, I'm Jude. I am Jude.
I'm actually gobsmacked that she killed Valerian. Like, why would she do that? Like, I know he was attacking her, but she even said all she had to do was scream and the guards would come. Why would she kill him? That's just causing so many problems for herself. What is wrong with her? Just because she wanted to be powerful. I mean, I get that that's her, like, life goal. But, like, surely that's not going to work out well for Dane, is it? Dane's going to know what he is, or what she is now. I'm emotional at the fact that Jude's dad made that sword for her. I'm also really emotional at the fact that Maddox telling Jude about her mom and dad. Like, how nice of him. I know he killed them, but I love him. I love him.
Oh my god, the absolute drama of the coronation. I am not ready.
I feel like something's coming. All I know is that Jude is like, something's wrong, I need to get to them, I need to find them. And I'm like, I can't believe Maddox just killed Dane. I liked Maddox. Why has he done this? I am thoroughly unprepared for this. What? I am so confused. I don't even know how to feel right now.
I am loving that Carden's a prisoner right now. He deserves it. It's a good feeling. However, I am really starting to hate the fact that I'm disliking him less and less. Like right now, I'm like, he's not that bad of a guy. Why am I thinking that? That's wrong. Of course he is.
I'm so hurt about Locke. But it like totally makes sense because he literally said he likes to play games, and if there isn't a story to tell, he will make one. That's what he did. He literally told us. But I'm still hurt by it. And how dare Taryn? She knew her sister was doing this and she still let it happen. She is horrible. I hate her. I want her death. Oh, he's Dane's kid? I did not see that coming. She's Zolf. Oh. Carden's confessing his feelings to Jude. This is dramatic. I hate that I'm liking him. Why can't I just hate him like normal? I actually think it's really sweet of Jude to want Oak to have a childhood before he has to take on the role of king. So, you know, props to her for that. I don't really like her, but I respect that.
Carden swore himself to Jude. What the hell is going on in this book?
Oh my god. Jude poisoned Maddox, man. Like, yeah, he ain't gonna die, but like, that was your dad.
And you did that to your daddy. I respect you. I respect you greatly.
I am not okay with the fact that she betrayed him. I've hated Carden the entire time. I hate Jude. I don't really like her either. But he trusted her. He put a lot of trust into her, and that is something that, whilst I hate Carden, I know that was not easy for him, so I respect him so much for actually doing that. And then she betrayed him. And I'm really hurt for him, because I'm like, if she'd have stuck to that bargain, maybe he wouldn't be such a douche. Maybe he'd have been a better person at some point. And I feel as though she's just destroyed that now. So I'm very upset. So I just finished The Cruel Prince. I'm so glad I finished this. I was really struggling with it. And today I've just binged and read half of the book and finished. So I've been trying to think about what I wanted to rate this book all the way throughout. Now I'm at the end, I'm thinking, I don't know, it's really difficult because to me, a 3.5 is, I don't really have any strong feelings for it, but if I was going to decide whether I liked it or didn't, I'd be like, I enjoyed it more than I didn't like it. Whereas a 4-star is, I really enjoyed it, I had issues though. And I don't feel I loved it enough for the 4, but I don't think I disliked it enough for the 3. So, 3.5. So I'm thinking like a 3.75 would be good, but I don't give 3.75 ratings. I don't believe in them. I feel as though a 0.75 or a 0.25, you're just getting a bit too close to the stress level there. Like, then if you do 0.25, you'll be getting like 0.376 or something. Like, I'm a person that's like 0 or 0.5. That's what I'm getting. So I feel as though if it's a 3.75 in my head, my rating is going to get rounded up to a 4. Because I feel as though I enjoyed it too much for a 3.5. But I do feel as though it was not good enough for a 4. So yeah, 3.75 works. In which case I will round it up to a 4-star. I did enjoy my time with it. Thank God I picked the audiobook up, because otherwise I don't think I'd have finished this anytime soon. I feel as though I'd have got to the end, but I feel as though it was forcing me into a bit of a slump. And the audiobook really picked me up. It was really well done. And I really enjoyed the story. Hated the characters, but that was the point. There was no plot. That was an issue for me, because I'm not a character-driven book kind of person. I need a good plot. This book did not have that, and I didn't know until I went in. A few people have said that plot becomes more of a thing in the next 2, so that'll be hopefully a bit better for me. But I am really looking forward to starting book 2 now, which I didn't think was going to happen. I thought I wouldn't want to read any of them, but I would get to the end of them, because really it's a few of my friends' favourites, so I really wanted to give it a go. But overall, not a negative experience. I expected a hell of a lot worse, and I actually really enjoyed my time by the end. So, really good. Can't wait to read the second one. And I hope you enjoyed my spoiler-filled thoughts as I went through reading The Cruel Prince for the first time. If you would like me to continue this series, like specifically for The Cruel Prince, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it for The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing as well. I'm probably going to start doing another series alongside this towards the end of the month or early next month. So stay tuned for that. I feel as though this is just going to be, now the Shadowhunters are finished, I feel as though this is just going to be I will do it for random popular books, as opposed to I'm going to dedicate my entire time to one series. So if you do want any specific books that you want me to do spoiler-filled reading for the first time vlogs for, let me know. If you want me to continue with the Cruel Prince series, like I said, please just let me know. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that you guys are here. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on book 1. If you're going to put any spoilers down below, I was going to say, Mark, spoiler alert, but this entire vlog spoilers, never mind, ignore me. Put spoilers, discuss it all, it'll be a lot of fun. If you don't really have anything to say, but you want to let me know you've been, put a crown in the comments below. Just leave me the crown emoji so I know that you've been here. Oh, that changed. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I've had a great time doing this, and I will see you next time. Bye.